This is Jeffrey Hill saying, I love Baker, and I understand the offensive coordinator changes, but Baker has to stop with some of the boneheaded throws.
So here's the thing about Baker Mayfield is that he can't do that.
He can't stop doing it.
He lives by that sword and he dies by that sword, and that is the brand of football he plays. When it comes to a true gunslinger, and Mayfield is one of the last of the true gunslingers, you kind of have to hope that the good outweighs the bad in that respect. And towards the end of the year last year, it didn't. And whether or not that's because of injuries, whether or not that's because of other factors, that is who he is. So, like I said, I thought Liam Cohen did a really good job making him get the ball out quick, not letting him hold the football too long, because he takes a lot of sacks. And quarterbacks getting sacked, it's half on the quarterback as much as it is in the offensive line, for sure. Takes a lot of sacks, so Liam Cohen had him get the ball out quick, quick developing routes to allow for a lot of yards after catch. They played the short game because Liam Cohen knew that that's kind of how Baker Mayfield likes to operate. And he knew that the deep ball is not Baker's forte. Baker's deep ball accuracy last year was, quite frankly, really bad. And I think Liam Cohen understood how to make him take it in front of him, go out quick, and facilitate the offense that way. And that's something that Zach Robinson, I think, needs to do. That's how you cut down on those turnovers. That's how you cut down on the fumbles. That's how you cut down on the picks, how you cut down on all of that. So I think whoever works with Baker Mayfield, in this case Zach Robinson, needs to understand how to use him as a tool. And if he can, I think Baker can play some really good football. I think he did at the beginning of the year as well, using his feet, scrambling, making plays out of nothing. He kind of operates best as a quarterback when everything is falling apart, which is pretty interesting. So to try and get him into that mindset's kind of the tough thing to do as an offensive coordinator. But got to make him go fast, got to make him go quick, got to make him not think about it. I think that's the best way to utilize Baker Mayfield in the football field.
Yeah. And it's, at the beginning of last year, right, like it was said, Brizard was like, yeah, one of our aims is to really push the ball down.
Yeah, right. And Baker Mayfield wants to do that, and you got to look at him and be like, no.
Right.
Right.
And like that was kind of like a barometer last season, right? Like it was like, oh, okay, well now with Zach Robinson in and the unsuccess that was seen from it, Zach's going to be able to sit there and be like, all right, Baker, no, we're not doing it your way. We're not doing what you want to do. Like we're going
to Baker Mayfield, and this is as much of a plus for Baker as it is a minus for Baker. Baker Mayfield believes he can make any throw on the planet. I don't think he can, but he thinks he can. So you gotta rein in that energy and harness that energy, right? Free cat, excellent.
Yeah, she did not like that you said that you don't believe that Baker.
That's fine. I didn't say that.
She's coming back. She's coming in.
I did say that.
She's reading your articles and everything. She's like, damn, you hate Baker
say that. I didn't say that. I think harnessing that energy and reining in that energy is the key to making Baker work, and I think that Zach Robinson could potentially do that, especially given that he knows Liam Cohen very well. He knows he has that relationship. He worked with Baker in 2022 in Los Angeles. So if anyone can kind of get that out of him, perhaps that would be Zach Robinson. And to be fair to Robinson too, there's a lot about Zach Robinson's play calling I was not a fan of over the last few years of the Atlanta Falcons. But he never had a good quarterback there. He never did, not once. So if Baker Mayfield can be that guy for him, maybe they can really open up that offense. Only time will tell.
It's another week to get after it with our friends over at Prize Picks, America's #1 sports picks app. And this week, we're going to start off with the NBA. Here are the picks over here on the screen. We've got Paul George, 15.5, more on the points there. We've got Wemby. All he needs is more of 13 rebounds in his game. And then we got Jokic, 10.5 assists. I feel good about these picks. All of these on the More. Prize Picks is a great app to use if you guys want to. Down below in the YouTube description, a new user offer, play 5, get $50 in lineups. To download the app using code HMA. The link is down in the description like I shared below. These are the picks over here to begin Monday. Feel good about those. Specifically, I'm looking at Jokic, 10.5 assists. He should hit that. Paul George trimmed him down a little bit, but still feel like he's going to hit 16 points. And Wemby is just a rebound monster. I think he gets to 14 there as well. So those are the picks to begin off the week for us with our guys over there at Prize Picks.
Yeah, and I gotta Shout out Kimberly from Facebook. Don't be hating on our boy Jameis's 30 for 30.
No, you can. You can. That was bad.
Whoa.
That was bad.
I mean, it was bad, but
entertaining.
Did you guys watch?
It was entertaining.
Did you guys watch Levante David's interview on
Yes.
Bunch with the Boys when he was talking about this? He was like, honestly, we didn't even know that he was going to throw 30 picks that season. He was like, we honestly were just like, as a defense, we were like, just give us the ball so we can get it back to him as many times as possible because you have no idea like what's going to happen. It's like one drive, you're going to have a touchdown. Next drive, it's going to be a pick. So you just, as a defense, you wanted the ball as much as possible because you just wanted to give the ball back to Jameis as much as possible.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, it was great stuff, man. But yeah, I mean, obviously Baker is not he's not getting as much of the bad side of being a gunslinger.
No, not even close. Let me bring it up.
Oh no, shut it down. Where's the mute button? Don't let the Gator get involved here. Watch out.
Oh no. But I mean,
the combo of Chandler Whitmer too, man. I think that was
that's another
really
interesting
nice.
pick.
I think that might end up being the best hire they made. I mean, I think it is gonna be the best hire.
And he worked with Zach Robinson in Atlanta, right? So he already knows that offense pretty well in and out. And he coached Fernando Mendoza fairly well in Indiana. So
it's a lot different. Yeah, it's a lot different than last year where you brought in Josh Grizzard just because you wanted to keep some kind of
continuity.
The continuity, the scheme, and everything.
Mark it on your calendar. It's the word of the day.
Yeah.
Right next to complacency.
Yeah. But it was a major risk there that the Bucs took, and we saw what happened to it. But now you're seeing where Zach Robinson, the ties there with what Liam Cohen was doing offensively, where Baker Mayfield had his best season. And then also his time with the Rams, talking about the Robinson, and then also Chandler Whitmer coming in. I mean, he could have gotten a lot of other opportunities elsewhere. And I'm sure Indiana would have loved to keep him in Indiana because they don't feel like they're done anytime soon as well with how well they feel like, with their talent that they're able to develop, plus with coaching, like it goes a long way for them. So being able to keep Chandler Whitmer or bring him over to Tampa is huge.
Right. Being able to watch Fernando, just going back to or touching on this a little bit, watching Fernando Mendoza at Cal was completely different experience than watching him at Indiana. Yeah, there's an improvement in skill level and players on the rosters, right? But he looked like a totally different quarterback. He wasn't scared in the pocket. He was confident in the pocket. He was taking what the defense was giving him. He wasn't forcing things like he was at Cal. That's all I would say on Chandler Whitmer for what he was able to do, be able to calm his quarterback down, be able to put him in the best position to succeed and not allow him to get outside of that lane that he's in to be able to be successful. So I think that's something that's going to be huge. And I agree with you, Logan.